Every day we encounter a massive amount of information. The modern world offers us countless opportunities, but our minds are wired in a way that often leads us to deceive ourselves. We make hasty and inefficient decisions, follow the crowd, and blindly accept conventional opinions. How many people do you know who believe everything they read online right away? In today's world, success comes not from having the most information, but from being able to distinguish truth from lies. Critical thinking is a crucial skill for any successful person. This video is a follow-up to the first one, and I'll discuss several steps to help you develop critical thinking skills. And today I'll explain why critical thinking is important, which methods can help develop it, and how to master the skill to avoid being deceived in the information age. The term critical thinking was coined by American philosopher John Dewey. He describes it as the active, persistent, careful consideration of any belief or supposed form of knowledge. A critical thinker relies on facts, rigorously checks any idea, conducts independent research, and builds a chain of events. Many people confuse critical thinking with analytical thinking, but they are different. Analytical thinking breaks down information into parts and tries to reassemble them for better understanding. Critical thinking, on the other hand, involves questioning, looking for logical errors, lies, and manipulation. For example, if you're reading an article as an analyst, you break the text into paragraphs, understand their content, and draw conclusions. However, a critical thinker checks the authorship, distinguishes between facts and opinions, and evaluates the reliability of the sources. An example of a historical event depicted in the film The Big Short illustrates this. The 2008 crisis showed that everyone saw mortgages as a symbol of reliability, since real estate prices kept rising. No one expected the system to collapse. Here's an example of a critical thinker. Michael Burry questioned the common beliefs and independently examined all the mortgage loans.
They're gonna lose their houses, they're gonna lose their jobs, they're gonna lose their... Will you listen to me? This is like the end of capitalism. This is like the Dark Ages all over again.
He found that a significant portion of the loans were not being repaid, and after analyzing the events, he realized that by 2008, the entire mortgage banking system would collapse. Despite the widespread misconception, he invested heavily in betting against mortgage-backed securities, which ultimately brought him a huge profit, while many others lost everything, still believing in the reliability of real estate. A critical thinker is a skeptic who questions the majority opinion and their own beliefs, checking them for logic and validity. Why is critical thinking important? As Daniel Kahneman said, the brain often makes mistakes, trying to expend as little effort as possible on thinking. As a result, most of our decisions are made quickly, without much thought. However, the brain can also use quick decisions in situations that require serious thinking. Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel Prize laureate in cognitive psychology, described the concept of two thinking systems that determine how we make decisions. The first system is automatic, allowing us to make instant judgments. The second system is responsible for complex thinking, problem-solving, self-control, information analysis, and planning. To activate the second system, one must consciously focus on the information. Critical thinking is a tool that helps you engage System 2 in time, avoiding mistakes. Every day you might be fooled by watching the news or listening to friends gossip. If you simply absorb information and believe everything you're told, your critical thinking needs improvement. If you start questioning the authenticity of information, you are truly analyzing it carefully. There is a lot of disinformation and manipulation in life. That's why it's important to develop your critical thinking skills to avoid being deceived. Now I'll walk you through how to develop this challenging skill, which can transform you completely. Let me tell you up front, mastering critical thinking quickly won't be easy. Here are a few steps that will help you become a critical thinker. As Roosevelt said, the only person who never makes a mistake is the person who never does anything. The first step is acknowledging mistakes. A mistake is not a reason for self-destruction, but a way to understand how to act smarter, better, and more efficiently next time. Approach each mistake constructively, identify it, evaluate its causes, and think of ways it could have been avoided. Without acknowledging mistakes, even science would stand still, and we would still believe that the Earth is flat and the sun revolves around it. The second step is to look for flaws in your reasoning and actions. Work with hypotheses through negation, and identify psychological errors and gaps in your own thinking. Seek out information that contradicts your opinion, not just what confirms it. You might find out you're right, and then you'll simply know more about the subject than before. But if you're wrong, acknowledge the mistake and learn from it. The third step is to take a pause before making important decisions. Quick decisions are always at high risk of error. Learn to engage System 2 for your decisions instead of responding automatically. The fourth step is to expand your knowledge and actively work with information. To understand and remember something new, it's not enough to just listen, read, and take notes. It's important to engage with the information actively, conduct thorough research, study different sources, verify data, and challenge yourself. It's impossible to think critically without a sufficient amount of knowledge about the world around us. The fifth step is to broaden your social horizons. Interacting with people whose views differ from yours will help you understand why their opinions are different. As Henry Ford said, thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably why so few people engage in it. Critical thinking is not just a skill, but a set of abilities that will enable you to reach a new level of development. This was WaWatcher. See you next time. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel.